Hello, and welcome to Setting the Record Straight, Episode 2, where we give you the facts, not fluff. My name is Silence from AirsoftMegastore, and as most of you guys already know, I've been a professional airsoft technician for a little over half a decade now. And today I'm going to talk to you about AirsoftMegastore's What is the Best Airsoft BB video. The link's in the description if you'd like to watch the full video, and I highly recommend that you do watch the full video before listening to the rest of this podcast. Now, Josh gives very good information in this video. All the advice given is good advice based on facts. However, he did miss some things. You should consider what BB weight gives your gun the most energy or the most joules at the muzzle. Now, every gun's going to be different, and every gun has a different cylinder volume. We're talking specifically for AEGs. Your gun will shoot the hardest with the highest power with a specific BB weight when measured using a chronograph. Now, in order to find what optimal BB weight, you have to set your chrono to the BB weight that you're going to be shooting. So if you have an X-Cortec X3200 chronograph and you're shooting a .25, you have to set the chrono to .25. Then you fire, say, 10 shots, and you look at the average joule reading that the chrono is going to tell you. It's not just about FPS, but it's the FPS with a certain weight BB is going to give you a certain energy that your gun is capable of doing. Basically determines how much it hurts. Now, you want to take note of what that joule rating was with that BB. And then you want to repeat the test with a different weight BB. So say you did it with a .2 and you set the chrono for .2s, you want to repeat it with a .25, reset the chrono for .25, and just see if increasing the weight of the BB increases the energy of your gun, because you're going to find that at a certain BB weight, your gun reaches its maximum energy, and at that point, if you put in a heavier BB, you're going to see the joules start to go down. And that's really dependent on a number of factors, but mostly the compression system, how much air your system can put out. Even though you didn't change the spring or the hop up, one of the BBs will be shot with more energy or power. And you should consider this when choosing a BB weight. This is why you can't just drop 0.4 gram sniper grade BB into just any gun and expect additional range or power for that matter. Now, sniper rifles are an exception, like the JG Bar 10. Now, they're specifically designed to optimally shoot a 0.4 gram BB, a heavy BB, because they were designed to have a massive surplus of air available in the cylinder. When you cock the piston back, there's a huge cylinder volume that's optimized for that 0.4. And just because a gun shoots high FPS doesn't mean that it can shoot a heavy BB. This is something that Josh didn't get right in his video. Again, I'll repeat that. Just because a gun shoots high FPS does not mean that it can shoot a heavy BB efficiently. So just because you put a heavy spring in your M4 does not mean that you can shoot a .4 efficiently. Again, it comes back to your cylinder volume. If you're starving your system for air and you try to shoot a .4, you're going to lose energy, and it's not going to be as efficient. This is a common misconception. A gun can shoot efficiently with a heavy BB, but only if it has the air volume and compression to back it up. Now, one other factor that Josh missed is talking about the surface finish of BBs. The reason why white BBs were not common for heavy BBs, like he showed in his video, he was showing some black BBs. The reason why those blacks even exist is because heavy BBs use a metal powder in them, which is added to achieve the higher weight. And that's whenever you add a metal powder to a BB, usually the metal powder isn't white. It's usually like gray. And as you add more of that metal powder to get it heavier, to get like a 0.4, it changes the color, and it's hard to get it a pure white. And when you get above a 0.30 gram BB, there's so much metal powder added that in the past, manufacturers struggled to get a perfectly white and shiny BB. See, 5 years ago, there were only black BBs that weighed more than 0.36. And all the white BBs that were 0.3 or heavier were chalky. If you looked at it on the outside, it resembled a sphere of chalk. It was very terrible surface finish. So you have to be aware of that when you choose a BB, that it shouldn't be chalky. If you take the BB and scrape it on a piece of metal, it should not act like a piece of chalk. It shouldn't. If you take the BB and scrape it on a piece of metal, it should not scrape off. It should resist scraping. A BB that's smooth and resists scraping will ultimately lead to a cleaner barrel over time as you shoot your airsoft gun, because the reason why your barrel gets dirty is not because of dirt in your barrel, it's because you're firing rounds through it. And if you are using BBs that are very chalky, like I said a million times, it's going to scrape off and you're going to have to clean your barrel extremely frequently. I've shot some BBs that 0.3s that were very chalky, and even 400 rounds in, you can notice accuracy difference. It's terrible. So just be aware of that when you're looking at BBs. And I hope that you guys enjoyed listening to this podcast, and I hope that you found it informative. And if you think anything that I said was untrue, please leave a comment about it below. This has been Silence from Airsoft Team OSMD. And as always, guys, have a good day.